Hello, my dear friends. Justyn Smith here, and welcome to our September 2019 video update. We're not only going to rejoice over what God did in September, but we're also going to look forward to the month of October, anticipating great and mighty things. First of all, let me state that my family is doing tremendous. We are well. You say, preacher, I don't know about that. Your head seems to have a Band-Aid on it. Yes, it does, but everything's okay, and we praise the Lord for His safety and His provision, His watch care. If you'd like to know more about that, just reach out. I'll update you with it, but it's not a big deal. As we consider the rejoice points of September now, we need to go back actually to the month of August at the very end of it, and then the first part of September. There were two revival meetings, a revival at Victory in Kansas and a revival at Faith in Indiana. And both of those revival meetings were tremendous meetings. In Kansas, it was our first time, and the Lord united our hearts and stirred our hearts for His glory, and we're looking forward to seeing that sweet family again one of these days. And at Faith in Kokomo, the Lord gave us an extremely sweet meeting. We've had many meetings there over the years, and it was probably the sweetest meeting to date. The response was amazing. One of the unique things about it, there's several things that I can mention, but I want to pull out this morning as I give this video an elderly couple who the wife would pin down. She'd be writing a lot in her notebook and just listening intently, and afterwards, every service they were very encouraging, but after the service one time she said, "This notebook has all the notes and verses that you gave us. And we like to go home, and whether it's tonight or tomorrow, we like to look back over them and let the message sink in." And of course, that was encouraging to this preacher. Very thankful for listeners and those who listen intently with a desire to learn and grow in the knowledge of the Lord. So those are some rejoice points over the tremendous revival in Kansas and the extremely sweet revival in Indiana. Now, the Lord has blessed our other events greatly as well. We had some pulpit fill. We had a wedding, which, by the way, was exciting. This was my brother's wedding. It was wonderful to be a part of that, and we do wish Becca and Brian a wonderful marriage together. We're excited for them, and we trust and pray great and mighty things in their life. So we rejoice over those revival meetings, the other events, including my brother's wedding, and then God's given us 3 more meetings since our last newsletter, and that is 2 in 2019, which takes our total in 2019 to 54, which I had miscounted in previous letters, but that's 54 in this current year. And then 1 more meeting in 2020, which takes that total up to 15. And so we're excited about that, and we're praising the Lord, and we're excited to see how God's going to continue to fill our future schedule for His glory. And then I need to mention that God laid it on the heart of one of our current supporters to double their monthly giving, which of course that is a blessing to our family, and we greatly appreciate the generosity that way, which allows for the consistent support to date to be about $555 a month, which certainly helps us to be able to go about our business for the glory of God. So thank you to all those who support us. Thank you to all those additionally who have expressed their desire to support us. We're looking forward to that as God brings it to pass. And then for those other supporters who have also stated their desire to increase support, we certainly appreciate that as well. Please note on the bulletin, there are pictures and there are descriptions of those pictures for things that took place in September. And please note our change of address, as mentioned in the previous newsletter and video update, that we were able to rent out our home in Peoria to the new pastor of Crossroads Baptist Church, Pastor Jeremy Peters. And again, we are thankful for his ministry there. And recently had a chance to stop in and to be there at the service, and then to also get to celebrate his birthday. So that was a wonderful thing that we got to enjoy together. Now, we need to jump in real quickly to what's coming in the month of October. Would you pray with us? We are asking God for great and mighty things. And of course, the great prayer is revival and souls saved. That's our biggest prayer. That's what we desire to see. And we're asking you to lift those things up with us, along with these meetings. Now, you need to know right away that October is busy, and we're praying praying that it is extremely blessed. We have a revival at Pleasant Plains Baptist Church in Apex, North Carolina, October 6th through the 9th. That's the first Sunday through Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we'll get in a car as God allows us to, and we'll head towards southern Indiana to Trafalgar, Indiana, if I'm saying that correctly, where there is Camp Allendale. And my wife is going to do a ladies' retreat. She's going to speak at that as the Lord has laid it on her heart. I believe it's still Grace While You Wait, which was what she was asked to speak on. And I know that she's been preparing some things and revamping some things. So you pray for her. I know she's excited. So that would be the Friday and Saturday there in October after our North Carolina meeting. And then Saturday after she's done, we're going to head to Pana in southern Illinois. It's not quite southern Illinois, I understand that, but south of us, and about 2 hours south, and we're going to hold a fall revival at Hopewell Baptist Church, which is a church that we were at in the spring, and we're excited to be back there again. And that will be a Sunday through Thursday, which takes us through the 17th of October. Then on Friday, we'll get in our car, hopefully still our car, and head to the wedding of the Sparrow Oaks wedding in Kokomo, which all this came about when we were with them in September at their church, and they desire Rachel to sing at their wedding. And so we'll be there for rehearsal and then for the wedding on the 18th and 19th of October. Then on the 20th, we'll be at Charlestown, Indiana, in southern Indiana, and we'll hold a revival with Fairhaven Baptist Church. It's their fall jubilee, their fall revival, and that will go through at least Wednesday, and we're excited about what God is going to do in these meetings. Now also, you'll notice on the prayer bulletin section of our newsletter that there is a statement to pray for the Prius. The Lord's given us such longevity with it, and we have a desire to see it continue to go. Now, we're going to drive it as long as we possibly can, or until the Lord provides something else. But we just had a diagnosis run on it because the airbag light came on, and I did not want the airbags to deploy spontaneously while we're driving down the road, because that could actually do the opposite of protect you. That could hurt you, because those come out so fast, and when you're not impacting all that stuff. So we had the diagnosis ran and found out that our airbags will not deploy, more than likely. And then we also found out that our Cadillac converter isn't the best and going bad. And those total a little over $6,000 to get both of those fixed if we wanted to do that, which obviously the choice would be, if we had to do those things, to invest in something else. But we know that those two things aren't exactly extremely needful. We know that there are workarounds for those, or just, hey, we're going to deal with it right now. And so that's just kind of the update on Rhoda. She has 353,000 miles on her, and we're just excited for how the Lord has used that vehicle in the work of the ministry. It certainly is a blessing to not have to pay that much in gas to get somewhere. And to date, she's still a really good vehicle as far as expense-wise. We're not having to dump a lot of money into her additionally. So that is on the newsletter, and that's just a further explanation of where we are at with that. We're still rejoicing over this gift, and we're not looking anywhere else yet, but we're just asking you to pray with us for the Lord's future provision, because we know that vehicles don't have eternal longevity, but God does. And we trust in the Lord, not in the vehicle. And so we're just asking God for great and mighty things. And so again, as we close this newsletter, I just want to thank you so much for spending these past 10 minutes with us, rejoicing over the end of August and all of September, and then looking toward the very busy month of October. And we trust that God will give great health, and that God would give great power, and God would give us great influence for His glory as we travel. So please pray for revival, and please pray for souls saved, or at least good gospel seeds planted. We certainly want to see God do great and mighty things. Well, until next time, God bless you. And we certainly appreciate your love and prayers, and want you to know that you are loved and prayed for as well. Have a wonderful day.